morning and welcome to What's New with Mike and Jeff, your Saturday morning hobby hangout coming to you live via the interwebs. I'm your host, Mike, and with me is Jeff. Jeff is his name.
Well, I don't know if anyone else can see it, but if you look at the bottom of the little picture what we see in the bottom left corner,
Yeah.
if you look at my name, it says Jeff, and the whole moniker is a very tired old wolf. Very tired, very tired. Hello, everybody.
Good morning, Raymond, and good morning, Joe.
I left my phone in the other room, and I just heard it start ringing, so I'm not distracted by it while we're here doing this. So.
Well, phones are important anymore. They are. Well, I don't know why they're important, but
they are our lifeblood. We must have them constantly, always.
I just, for you and I and many of the people that watch our show, we grew up. Well, maybe not Raymond. I don't know how old Raymond is.
Raymond is an old soul, but he's in a young body.
Okay. We grew up in a time when we were more connected as people because we didn't have technology.
Yeah.
You had to go out and you had your friends and you had your group and Raymond's 36, so he probably grew up in the technology age.
Yeah.
But you know how the old saying goes, Mom told us to go out and play and don't come home until the streetlights came on. And they didn't care that we were out doing whatever, getting in trouble. And it's when the cops dragged us home and said, hey, your kids were doing something they probably shouldn't have been doing, like running in traffic. Not that that ever happened.
The only time that ever happened to me where the cops actually brought me home, I had done nothing wrong. My friend, though, that was in the car with me, did.
But we didn't have cell phones. We weren't connected to anything. We had no email. You waited for the postal carrier to come drop off your mail, and you got excited because you got something in the mail. And I don't know. We were more connected back then than we are today.
If here's one of the ways I can tell if someone is old.
What's that?
If you ever got in trouble because your dad had put an extended cord on the phone and he came to your room to yell at you because you had stretched the cord all the way from where it was to your bedroom.
Yeah.
My dad had put a 25-foot coil on the end of the phone, and I was talking to my buddy, and I just walked into my bedroom and sat down, and we were chatting, and I had the cord stretching through the living room, down the hallway, and into my room with a 25-foot, one of those cords.
Let me catch up with everybody that's joined us. Good morning, Tim. Good morning, Heron. Mark, good morning, and thank you for being with us last week.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Absolutely. Good morning, Don. Raymond saying that it was his sister. That was my sister. I'm assuming the sister is younger than you and grew up with all that.
He's probably got an older sister that knows. Or yeah, his sister probably is now. She's younger, probably has all that technology.
Aaron, and then there are the things we got away with. Yes, because we didn't have video cameras on everybody's homes recording everything that we did.
Well, the only thing, it was a simpler time, Tim, but the simpler time was what kind of trouble could we get in? That was a very simple thing.
Yes. Yeah. So glad we didn't have that technology back then with the things that we did.
And my mom and dad were a little more crazy because they bought my brother and I both dirt bikes.
Oh.
I was riding a dirt bike from the time I was 7 or 8. And we lived in a small town that had a lot of vacant, empty lots.
Yeah.
And we were hell on wheels. So
it's not to say I don't hate technology. I do enjoy technology, but I do feel the cell phones have become something that we have become so addicted to and feel that's a necessity of life to survive. So,
well, it's become what's really funny is society often reflects in our media. Meaning, so there's several movies out there that can actually tell you really what's going on, and I can't think of the name of them. Huh?
Star Trek being one of them.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily in a negative way.
Nope.
But I think it's Wally. the movie Wall-E,
Yeah.
where it's an animated film where basically humans have left the Earth and the Earth has become this big garbage dump. And all the people that are on the ship where they had escaped to are now floating around on little technology anti-grav couches because their every need is met by technology, and they become these lethargic lumps.
Yeah.
Or
True.
just watch the movie Idiocracy.
Yeah. Well, one of my fascinating things, I go to QT. So for my job, at my job, one of the things I do every morning is I go to QT. I get my iced tea. I get a couple bottles of water because you never know when you're going to get stuck on a call and you're not going to have water. So you always.
And you work in, I think it's the 5th plane of hell.
Yes, I do.
This
So
hot, arid place.
hydration is important. We have little signs in the bathroom that talk about urine color. That's how important it is to make sure we stay hydrated, to make sure that we are not harming ourselves. Anywho, they have a little robot that goes in and cleans the floors.
Right.
It goes, "Welcome to QT. I am cleaning the floor." It's a little Wally size robot minus the eyes. Good morning, Robert. And it's like, but yet humans still have to go in and mop the floors because the robot, the machine, can't do the cracks and crevices.
Yep.
So the employees still have to go in there and do the cracks and crevices in this little machine, and it always gets in my way.
Yeah.
It like comes right up to me when I'm filling up my iced tea, and it's like, "Hello, welcome to QT. I'm cleaning the floors. Please step aside."
Like, you see that I get it, but that technology doesn't bother me because the only distraction you've got is you have to step away, let it go past. Yeah. That's annoying. But when like for example, when I go to get ice cream with my granddaughter, I had to make a rule that if her and I go get ice cream or go out to get dinner, she has the option either the drive there or the drive back. We have to have a conversation.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because if I don't, she's like this the whole time. And then the other thing is like her and her friend will be in a room full of people and they're texting each other.
Yeah.
It's like, we're here. We can talk.
Yeah.
We can vocalize.
It's just funny stuff. Funny stuff. It's just interesting how like you would think technology would bring us closer. And then I will have to say, like what we're doing right now is technology, and it is keeping people closer together.
In many, many ways, technology has made everybody's life better. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is there is a group of people, and myself, I drift in and out of that group that are addicted to doom scrolling, and that kind of thing, and this got something that's got to be aware of.
So. Heron's giving me a tip for our hydration in the long run: freeze a 2 liter or 2 water, a 2 liter or 2 of the water, and keep them with you in the ice chest or quadruple insulated bag. They slowly melt. What I do with frozen water is I sit on it and I put it under my neck, and it keeps me cool that way.
All right. I am going to institute a new directive.
What's that?
That if you're not going to put your glasses on, you can't read comments.
Yes, because you saw me straining on that one.
I saw you trying to read it. You're like,
I'm squinting. Sometimes when I squint, things come into focus.
And it's just because I want you to stay healthy, my friend. So wear your glasses.
While we got the majority of our gang here, because we are a gang, especially now that IOG is officially closed.
Yes.
Next week, I have the Scottsdale craft event that I go to, my wife and I go to. So we will not be streaming next week. So put that on your calendar, mark it down.
Also mark on the calendar that this time it's not my fault.
So I will be walking around Scottsdale with my wife, and she'll be looking at all the crafty stuff. And then and
they will both be staying hydrated.
Yeah. Yes. It's in like a big like warehousey type thing, and it's just swamp cooled. It's not like air conditioned.
But from the door to the car.
It's hell to pay.
Yeah,
It is an interesting event. It used to be a lot better. So what this it's like it used to be kind of like a rummage thing where people sold old antique type stuff. Just cleared out. I'll message you anyways. Thanks, Joe. They like cleared out like a barn or something like an estate, and they had like old antique stuff. And it slowly has shifted to people being more vendor oriented, selling
sure.
vendor products and things like that. But there's still some of those booths left that sell just old antique stuff. I look for my most favorite thing in the world: boxes, wooden boxes, any type of boxes. I also, in the back of my mind, I'm like, one day someone's going to have an old board game or some old game that I'm interested in. And I love the hunt for those oddities when I go to those shows.
Oh, I know.
That's just me.
I've seen you around a barrel of dice.
I'm always looking for old dice. That's where I got my game table.
Yeah.
My game table, it's a long time ago, but it's just a 4x4. The top pops out. One side has like a chessboard on it. The other side's just plain, but then it has a recess thing in it. A couple $100, and I'm like, and it's not really an antique. It was probably something made in the 80s, I would say.
Well, that wooden go box that I scored for you at Historicon will be leaving this week. The story I related to you prior to going live is why it hasn't left yet.
It's okay, buddy.
Yeah,
it is okay. So, but with the sad news that IOG is officially closed, I went down on Saturday, and it was sad to see everything like this. That was our cheers. That was our
everything.
That was our everything. So
my biggest issue with it is I wasn't around as much at IOG as everybody else because I was here.
Right.
But IOG was literally born when Darren and I were at Waterloo Games, and I left to go to Games Workshop, and that was kind of when Darren decided, shortly after being at Waterloo for a while, that he was just going to open his own shop.
Yeah.
And he gave me the compliment of saying that there was a lot of what he and I did together and what I taught him into the shop. And my biggest regret is I wasn't there to be with him, because I've been beside Darren through a lot of the major issues in his life, and he hasn't, as he has in mine. And it was a tough time for him.
Yeah. Well, and he was the last, I'll just say, behemoth of a game store in the Valley, because he was the second longest, because I think Game Depot was the longest running game store.
Yeah, Game was there for what, 40 years? It was
something like that. They were they were truly the ones that have been here the longest. Darren was the second longest. But all the game shops we have left, maybe 5 years.
Yeah.
Maybe. And I don't count GW stores in that mix, because GW stores have come and gone. I remember the first time I walked into a GW store at the Scottsdale Fashion Square Mall.
Right.
And just was enamored by everything that I was seeing with the miniatures and all of that kind of stuff.
That used to be their impact. They were these phenomenal, but anymore they're a little less exciting. Well, I don't know, because I've gotten accustomed to it.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah. I remember the first time I walked into a GW store, and I was actually working at Waterloo at the time, and I got to go to a GW store. And everybody, when I got back, I told everybody, because I know, I went to the 97 Grand Tournament.
Yeah.
And when I got back, they said, "Well, what do you think of that?" And I said, quite frankly, it was GW, so it was kind of cool because it was 100% my hobby. I go, but quite frankly, there was nothing going on there that isn't going on here.
Right.
Other than I can't walk across the street to the factory.
Exactly. GW stores are corporate, and that is part of it. But I still remember that first time.
It's impressive, absolutely.
And I could imagine if you pulled those memories, all my memories out of my head of gaming, and I was just like fresh to it all, and I walked into a GW store, I'd probably still be impressed. They still have some models on display, but not like they used to. It's not as a focal point of their GW stores. And they are a little bit on the smaller side now, because I think the one over at Scottsdale was pretty big for what it was. It was actually like going into a store.
GW has changed from back when I worked there. The GW stores were more or less designed to be the mecca of the hobby.
Yeah.
So a lot of the large metros had what we called at that time a bunker store.
Yeah.
And that bunker store had a large game room, and they were there to be the mecca in that area for the GW hobby. They've switched since then, in my opinion, to they're just recruiting centers.
Yep.
They're really not designed to cater to guys like you and I that have been playing forever. Most of the guys that go in are younger guys that have been playing for maybe a year, maybe two. But most of the guys that are in that category will eventually move on to a local shop like Darren's or like Alpha Omega Hobbies up in Boston. Yeah. There's a ton of them. I go through them all, just list them out. But that's where they kind of pick up. So Mark said the GW store near us is small and only has 2 tables for players, and they always seem to be out of stock on the latest models. Yeah, that would be accurate.
Well, because they've kind of moved to the order it online, it'll be here next week type model.
Yeah, they're usually a lot of them are now one-man operations.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different kettle of fish. But since my connection with GW stores from the time I started working there, their retail stores are constantly going through a transformation into something new.
Yeah. Well,
when management changes, I guarantee you the stores will change again.
Yeah, they always do. Good morning, David. How are you,
Good
sir?
David. Good morning, David. So you working on anything else new?
So after I finished my More Time project, I needed to go back and finish the Star Wars projects for Jason.
Right.
And he got this resin Strike Me Down battle pack for what is this, Legion?
Yeah. Tim, yes, the GW Cafe is still open down in Texas.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is the only other place besides Warhammer World that you can get Harry's in My novel.
Yeah.
The limited edition collector series.
Look at that, a little self-promotion. I'm not driving
beep, 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 beep. Where's our sound effects?
So I started working on, this is all resin, which is fine. It's a good resin, but I got, the first little character painted up. This is what is his name?
I have no idea.
It's the evil Darth Vader Palpatine or whatever.
Palpatine. That is only the Emperor of the Empire.
He's the Emperor of the Empire. But I have to magnetize everything. So this week was really getting a lot of this stuff magnetized and starting on the window piece that goes behind it and all that kind of stuff. So
I am in the process of, I ordered rare earth magnets for doing some magnetizing a month ago, and I still haven't got them.
Uh-oh, who'd you order from?
There is a worldwide rare earth magnet shortage right now.
Well, isn't that what the lithium is, or don't they use that in car batteries, the new electric car batteries, the product?
That's lithium. There's other things like that, but I don't know what rare earth magnets are. Just rare earth magnets, hence the name rare.
Yeah, well,
I have no. I'm not a whatever that would be that would understand rare earth. I just know they go clink when you put them together.
Yeah, that's
all by themselves.
And if you have a pacemaker, make sure you don't keep them close to your chest.
This is true.
I think I think that's the warning on them.
And never, ever, ever set large rare earth magnets near your computer.
No, they'll wipe them out real quick. Watched Ninjon's latest video, which was like hobby products that he's been really pushing. And good morning, Victor. Still the best. Yes. Fraggle Rocket Thundercats. So yeah, I watched that. I thought that was because he went over one of the products that I've always kind of was in my mind going, where did you get those? He's got those little copper corner weights for his wet palette.
Yeah.
And he uses them to hold the paper down flat.
Yeah, Game Envy makes them.
I didn't know Game Envy made them, so he revealed his source for those, and I was like, well, that's really cool.
I'm kind of old school. I use pennies.
Well, I understand, but you got to make sure you get a copper penny. So you got to get
If they're dated pre 1973, they're
copper.
copper.
I'm not looking through all my pennies for pre 73 pennies.
All I have are pennies, so I can go for I have 8 lining the bottom of my whip out.
Yes. So that was, but I thought it was neat. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool how he, I like seeing tools. And he went over some like cordless Dremel thing that he has, but I looked at the price of that and I'm like, yeah, no, not at that price. I've got a regular old Dremel. I can just use that if I need it.
I had the same thought at my dentist one day. I could use that, man.
Wouldn't that be cool to have like a dentist office setup for modeling? Because you could take the water pick and like clean all the things out, and you could have the chair would be amazing for painting.
I was so excited when my oldest daughter decided she was going to go to school to be a dental assistant.
Yeah.
I thought I will have access to dental tools. And then she changed her mind.
Damn it. You would have all the little pick things and scrapers and stuff. Yes, neat stuff.
But the nice thing is, though, I did for a long time have a mother-in-law that was a nurse, so hemostats and other surgical equipment were easy to get a hold
of. So with all that said, I know you've got stuff going on today, correct?
I have for lack of a better way to phrase it, I have a crap ton that I got done after the show.
So let's jump into the pictures.
Jump into the picture. The first one's going to make me sad.
Some amazing work from people that watch us.
The first pic's going to make me sad.
Uh-oh. Why is it going to make you sad? Oh, now I understand. Yes, David went and got some photos over at IOG, this with Darren, and
yep. That's why I threw it first. That's just got to go first.
Yeah, I love how you covered up the face of the
I just want to put the heart there to express my love.
Express your love.
And I never liked the face on that chaplain.
I just love that mural. Like,
it's a great mural.
We know it's just going to get covered up or torn down, but
yeah, still,
it's sad.
Time to move on.
Yeah,
I understand it's hard. It sucks, but we can only lament for so long. I know for a fact my buddy Darren's going to be great. Whatever his next chapter is going to be fantastic. So, but yeah, that is my buddy D with David, who's getting more and more gray than I remember.
Yeah, a little bit. I might see David today.
Cool.
Andy and I gotta wait for her to wake up, but we were talking about going over to Andy's to do they have like a Gundam group that meets the first Saturday of every month.
That would be cool. Yeah, because she's building Gundams now, yeah?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
She's having fun with it. We just sit and watch TV, and she just clips and puts them together.
That's fantastic.
Oh, and David's in Tullison today. That's where the meetup is taking place.
Oh, fantastic. Awesome.
And
then, of course, Dave took a pic of Joe.
Yeah, he is getting grayer. Look at
that. I told you. I told you he's getting gray. I think it's all the stress of working in the model industry now.
Yeah, that will cause you stress.
So, yeah, that's good. Sad times.
Yeah.
This guy's had a mess.
My screen just cracked. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, he's got the red hand of something on him.
Yeah, and he's just covered with blood splatter. So woohoo!
This is Don cranking out some more. I believe this is all Legion stuff, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. And if you didn't notice, I had the time this week to put the names back on. I'm not as rushed as I once was. So yep, very cool stuff. This Legion stuff that Don's been cranking out is looking really, really good.
And he's doing them all in different colors.
Huh?
He's doing them all in different colors and different things. Hearing talking about an AZ Gundam Builders group here on Facebook. I'll have to take a look at that.
Check it out.
I don't do a whole lot on Facebook anymore, so but I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Very cool stuff.
Love it. Nice yellow.
Yeah, it is. Very pretty.
Nice yellow. Oh,
Group shot.
group shot, family photo. Look at them all. Love
Yeah.
the orange. Orange is such a weird color to paint.
What?
Orange. It's
Yeah,
just
it is. It is. It's also a weird color to shade and highlight. So is pink, by the way.
the Arizona Gumpla United. I'll take a look.
I'm doing a lot in pink.
Yeah. But there's just not a lot of shades of orange for the most part.
Wasn't that a monkey song? Oh no, that was Shades of Grey.
David's saying that's the group that comes and builds at the meetup. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Well, let me know how that goes.
Yeah, well, if we make it out there, I don't, first gotta wait for her to wake up and see how she's feeling.
Well, if you make it, get some pictures.
I will do my best. You know me and cameras.
I do.
I don't take a lot of photos.
But I gather them up every day to put them on the show. You can at least take a few.
All right. I'll do my best. It may just be pictures of my clippers.
By the way, Joe, I don't know what you did with these formats of these pictures, but it took me a half hour to download your stuff because it kept telling me they weren't available. And I kept going, okay, well, there's my system. I kept shutting my system down, coming back up. And I could not get the first 4 pictures. Went down to the last 2. They saved just fine. So I thought, okay, I'm going to check one more time. So I go back up to the top of your pics, and finally I was able to get them off Discord.
That's weird.
I don't know what's going on. I was like, I do not want to tell Joe that I couldn't, out of his pictures he put on here, I could only get these 2.
Well, howdy, partner.
I even tried downloading the link, and it would say link not available. So I tried to go to the link. It said content not available. I'm like, what's going on?
Wonder if that might have been a Discord thing.
Could have been. I don't know. And for a while, I'm going, maybe Joe put them in a different format. But then I got the last 2 without any problem at all. I thought, okay, it's got to be something with Discord, which is why I kept dropping out of Discord. I even rebooted my system once.
Well, Joe's saying that's weird because he did them the same as always. So
no, I didn't think he did anything different. I did initially because it's like, okay, what happened here? And then I got the last 2, went back up to the top. They wouldn't let me go to the link. When I did actually manage to get to the link, it said content not available. So I finally got the 2 I could get, and I thought, well, I'll come back. And I went and did all the other picks for everybody else. Then I came back to yours, and luckily by that time I could get yours. It was like, what's going on?
Could use the gunslingers in your Boot Hill game. Yeah, baby.
Boot Hill.
Boot Hill. What a game.
I missed the Deadlands game that I used to play with Darren.
Good morning, Darren. How are you, buddy?
Good morning, buddy.
Yes, Deadlands. Such a great game. They got a Kickstarter going off right now for a new. Cool. I don't know if it's an expansion to Deadlands or a revital. I don't follow a lot of that.
By the way, D, just so you're aware of it, we played a little tribute to you this morning.
Yeah.
Saying how great that wall was. Yes, I covered up that guy's face, but just saying goodbye to you. So you were in our thoughts for quite a bit early on in the show. So there's more.
All right.
And look, he changed his background to fit.
Yes, I was going to mention that.
However, here's what's going on with this guy right here. He's going, where'd the lava go?
Which way did they go? Which way did they go?
He's going, where are they at? Where's the lava?
Yeah.
We were told there'd be lava.
I love how you take the way the photos are taken, make up your own stories.
It entertains me. You just gotta, it's like a mini diorama. Look, this guy's going, shoot the ground, there'll be lava. He's going, this guy's shooting the ground to get lava. He goes, but they're coming from this way. So that's that story right there. That's my narrative for that pick right there.
Hey, this is the Pinkertons, man. They're going after the Magic players.
Well, wait a minute. Wait, this guy's shooting at the Magic players coming in. He's like, come on, the Magic players are coming. No, they're over there. So, and there's the reverse of it. So, that's a giant fence. He's going, look at the size of that cow.
What a Cowboy is an amazing.
He's going to shoot that guy in the side. No, these are great. What game are these for?
I don't know. Darren's just mentioning What a Cowboy.
That must be the game. What a Cowboy is an amazing game. All right, there it is.
Yeah.
He's getting ready to quick draw. Right there.
Quick draw. I'll be your Huckleberry.
Very cool. Very cool.
Joe, what game are you doing all the cowboy stuff for? Because you went from doing a bunch of fantasy stuff. Now you got the old West coming alive. You gonna do an old Tucson things? By Two Fat Lardies. Oh yeah, Two Fat Lardies.
Dead Man's Hand.
Yeah, Dead Man's Hand. All right.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah. Well, they're cowboys.
And some sheep.
Sheep.
I can tell you how the sheep got out of that pen. They're tiny, and that fence is too big.
Yes.
Old
school orcs.
Old school orcs.
I love those. I've got so many of those orcs.
I'm only disappointed in the fact that the bases aren't bordered in goblin green.
Yeah. Do they even make goblin green? Someone should just make that color. Sell it by the gallons.
There you go.
Joe is using the bases to. How is he using the bases wrong?
I don't know.
They're upside down. Oh, they're upside down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It happens. The old
or green guys.
Yes. Those are even older. Those are the real
those are like generation 2 orcs, maybe generation 1.
Doors.
A lot of them.
Yeah. Warhammer Quest, baby.
Yeah. Warhammer Quest. I love that game.
Ah, such a great game.
Oh, by the way, Darren, thank you for sending me my Robo Rally.
Robo Rally.
Yes.
Is that the latest version, or was it a?
Well, there was a miscommunication slightly between Darren and I am not in any way, shape, or form upset. But I had asked if he still had one of the deluxe sets in, which they did a really big one a while back. But apparently they didn't have it. But he sent me the one with extra maps, so I am content. I am happy as a little baby in a blue blanket.
There you go. Wee, glad you got there.
Yeah, I'm actually watching my buddy Greg Roth. I'll tell you after the picture.
David said he took inspiration from Mike and used the GW mini handles.
There you go. There you go. Upside down to hide the puddle bases on the figures. Oh, don't be sorry, dude. It's Robo Rally. I still got the game, and it's still fantastic.
Yes, robots will be hitting the wall.
Well, what I like is the robot dance. Every time we've ever played it, at some point, one of the players stands up while they're putting down their movement cards and goes, "I'm going this way, then I'm going to turn." Then and they deliberately do that, and I have coined that the Robo Rally dance because that's what they do.
Yes, because they're visualizing the movement.
Because the game gets complex with the conveyor belts and the little things. It's great. It's a fantastic game.
Love it.
I am happy to get it.
And that game's been around forever.
Well, the other thing about the game is the last game I got from IOG. So that game is going to be phenomenally special to me.
Yes.
Almost as special as the man that sent it to me. What is this?
That's my CUDA.
It's purple.
Purplish, yes. It's a metallic purple that I was messing around with. This is my lesson car in patience and fitting everything before you put anything together. Because I had so many challenges with this car. It should have been a Challenger.
It looks good though. It looks great.
Thank you. It's fun. I'm going to leave it in my hobby room as just a gentle reminder. Fit, finish, patience.
There you go. There you go. Darren said, made it great when we used to play at Waterloo and the floor had those 1-foot tiles. People would literally be using the tiles to do their movement. That is correct.
Yeah.
They did. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And you've got the Mark Bradley seal of approval.
Well, thank you, Mark. It's got it. I'm just trying to stretch myself and just really push my limits. I'm just trying to grow as a painter. So
yeah, that's awesome. That's fantastic.
And this is just a great way to do it because you can experiment with all kinds of different things.
Well, after we're done with photos, I'll go through the what's the word I'm looking for? The nebula that last week's show sucked me into.
Okay.
The black hole, the whirlpool, whatever. But it looks great, bud. I love it. I have to be honest, that red scoop
is
a nice touch.
It was, I got, like, Black Widow vibe. Like, I think the
Cool.
Black Widow has a little red I was like, kind of Black Widow. I wish the purple should have been deeper to make it to really pull it off, but I'm happy with it.
I think it looks fantastic.
Doing naval mini
I was
game.
very excited when I hopped on Discord and saw it.
Thank you. Um, Victor saying he remembers doing a naval game on the floor and people wondering how the regs were so accurate on guessing the ranges. Hmm.
1 foot floor tiles.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So,
And
well,
then we have this scary dude.
my Conan-esque, can't call him Conan, but damn, he looks like Conan from GW model.
I'm trying to see if I can zoom in on him.
Eh. His face is a little lighter shade than I wanted, but it's good enough.
Oh well, I have to do something with my monitor. It's just too high. I can't read it. I'm blind.
Blind.
But he looks good. Again, one of the things the whole model looks great. All right. But one of the things that has always impressed me about the stuff that you do is when you have a base that has got that wood kind of a decking look.
Yeah.
They always are fantastic.
Well, thank you.
They are always really, really cool. I always have to kind of when I have that kind of a base, I go, okay, this has got to look at least as good as mine, because yours always have that. You can see the texture, you can see where the wear patterns are. It's fantastic.
Do you want to know what my secret is?
You use real wood.
No. No. I highlight with Averland Sunset.
Victory!
Averland Sunset wins everything, guys.
Victory!
Kroger the Barbarian. Kroger the Barbarian.
Krogar the Barbarian. And that is our shows from Discord today.
All right.
And there, we'll stop sharing. Boom, we're back.
Boom.
Okay. The dark hole that last week's show sucked me into.
Well, last week's show was fantastic.
It was fantastic. It was fantastic. And where I'm going is going to be fantastic. But it awakened something deep inside.
Uh-oh.
So you remember back when I was getting that Enterprise kit, the metal one, they had to do all stuff. Yeah. I would take one day a month when my new parts arrived, and I'd work on that. And I was just like so happy. It was like once a month I had Christmas Day. And then the company went out of business, and I didn't feel like reinvesting with the company that picked it up. I just was like, nope, I'm done. Well, watching last week's show, I have got so many 1/32 scale aircraft I want to build. That I want to build, and I started my bird cage, my F4U1 bird cage.
You probably have a lot of World War II airplanes.
I do, and everyone that knows me always buys me 72nd scale Corsairs, so I have a ton of those. Like I have almost as many 72nd scale Corsairs as you do Hot Wheels. That's not that's an exaggeration.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. If Corsair, but however, if they were $1 or $2 a piece, I would probably have as many Corsairs as you have. Hot Wheels. So, and then later, because as you know, I've been dealing with car issues forever, so I have not been in a great mood. I have been up and down, just going crazy. And I thought, man, I have to find a way, because I'm not hobbying a lot, because I just got so much going on. My health is in the toilet again. Watching that show, I got to talking to Mark, and Mark does. They get together online to just build and kind of have a Zoom call going on. Yep. And I told Mark and I had a nice long chat, which is really good to have a friend that you've only ever met physically one time in your life that you actually still connect with. So I'm going to start joining that Zoom chat, and I'm going to work on that Corsair.
All right.
I'm going to make that this has to happen. Whenever they have a Zoom chat, as long as Mark will have me, I'm going to be on. I'm going to be tinkering away on that Corsair kit. Mark was gracious enough while he was down in at the show in Virginia this last time that he picked up some Corsair stuff for me, some aftermarket resin, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So I got me kind of a little care package. So I'm just going to start doing that, because I dug my Corsair out. I got it out. One of the things I got to get done today, because I have a ton of painting I have to do. But I'm going to take an hour and I'm going to rearrange my studio so I can actually put my Corsair out and work on that. Once or twice a month, just kind of pick around.
He's going to host one tonight.
I can't tonight because I am absolutely swamped. I have to get a lot of models done between now and tomorrow.
Uh-oh. Is it a commission thing or?
Yeah, it's a commission thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the other thing I'm trying to do. I'm trying to clear commissions off my desk. Get everything I have here done because I'm way behind on those. Because I spent the last year. Have you ever seen the Money Pit?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a great movie. Okay.
Fantastic movie.
In real life, not so funny. But I didn't buy a house to throw money in. I bought a car. So I have been and that has been just. I can't have a week without not dealing with some kind of issue there. Yeah. And my tension level has gone through the roof. And if you can't tell by the fact of how talkative I am, I'm hoping I've come through the other side of the darkness that I'd been pulled into by this issue. And it was just constantly eating at me. But I'm just going to make some changes. And I'm going to work on my Corsair. I'm going to clear the commissions off. I may cut back or completely stop doing commissions for a while. Because I have a ton of Space Wolves that I just got. I have a whole new army list written, and I have not got to paint any of my own stuff. And I haven't been in the mindset to paint any of my own stuff because one of the problems I have as a painter, if my head's not in the game, the stuff I paint sucks.
Yeah.
And I know I can work on, but see, the Corsair is kind of the thing I want to work on because that's going to be a project of love that I've been putting off forever. So I want to get that done.
Well, it also sets you accountable. So when you're going to be part of those Zoom meetups, this is what I'm working on.
Yep.
And you don't have any of those other distractions. So you want to be focused just on that one particular thing.
Well, and I also remember every time that Enterprise, my parts bag would come in, the next show I'd be like, "Woo! Look at this! Look at that! Look at this!" Yeah. So I'm gonna work my rear end off to get my commissions cleared off my desk. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue doing commissions moving forward. I probably will, but not anywhere near at the level I'm doing now. And then I want to work on my steady projects are going to be my Space Wolves because I really like the new codex. I like the new list for 10th. The codex seems a bit rushed, but I still like the models are fantastic. So I want to put some time into those. I'm going to take a day every month, and that's going to be my project for that. And I'm just going to work on my Corsair. And I don't care if I don't care if I have to give the unbuilt kit to my kids to finish. I'm just going to work on it. I'm not going to rush it. I'm just going to start doing it. I want to do it right. I want to learn techniques. I'm going to drive Mark almost as crazy as I did when he built me a computer, and I would call him for tech support.
Well, that's going to be how big? That's a big kit, right?
Oh yeah, that's the other problem I have with building this kit is I then have to figure out where I'm going to display this 32nd scale Corsair.
How big is the 32nd? How wingspans? Oh, that's massive. Third Thursday of the month is the regular meeting, but I'll set up a call whenever I'm going to be at the bench for a few hours.
Yeah, there we go.
Is it like, is he just texting people? Mark, are you just texting the group to let them know when you're setting up? So just random question.
Yeah, he does a Zoom call, which then he probably just, sends out a link like we do with the show here.
Very cool. I've been exploring some of the other side of the Gundam world. There's a
Gundam booty.
Basically, there's another side of Gundam that I've been looking at. I think I watched every Gundam video on YouTube randomly.
Dark underbelly of the Gundam.
Yeah, there's another side to Gundam that's kind of weird. It pushes the anime characters a little bit.
Anime in itself can be weird.
Yeah. It's I just drop a link in various groups. Okay, very cool. Yeah, so it's kind of different, but there's other manufacturers that make them. They go way too far. Bandai keeps it pretty PG. in their world. And it's just different. And I'm like, that's interesting. But it kind of took me back to when I built my Mandalorian model.
Right.
I don't know if you remember that model or not.
Yeah, I
But
do.
those are it's like the action figure models, and I took it and I resculpted it so that it looked like an actual model. So I covered up all the joints and all that stuff. I was like,
Yep, yep, yep.
oh, that was fun. So I'm kind of looking at so I'm like, I wonder if I can do that again. I'm just kind of messing around with a little bit of that. So I did pick up one and I'm kind of playing around with it, just seeing if I can cover it all up and make it look like an actual
Well,
figure, not necessarily a toy. So
I still have the pic that we posted when you finished it up here on the show because I actually, when I was redoing the intro, and I pulled out some of the viewers' picks that go by,
yeah,
and I added one or two in there for you and I.
yeah.
It was one of the ones I was considering putting in that section of the intro.
Yeah, but that iced tea one is perfect.
No, not that one.
Oh, okay.
When the viewers'
I got you.
picks are going across the screen. After you and I come up in our ugly mugs and your big iced tea thing, then it goes to the animation where they're crossing the screen. There's a couple pics in there that I've added that are models that you and I did.
Very cool.
And that Mandalorian pick was one of the ones I was considering using. And I'm probably going to change that up soon. And I'll probably add some new stuff in there. And I keep telling people, throw a pic online if you want me to add it to the intro, but no one does.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be a total finish pick.
Yeah, it's got to be a model that you're really proud of, and you would like to have that represent you in the intro.
Yeah, Raymond, I don't think I was too vague. I was just being polite.
No, well, the thing is, though, the thing you have to keep in mind, I had a little brush with Japanimation and anime back when Darren and I first became friends. This is back in the mid '90s. Anime, quite frankly, in Japan is kind of like regular television is for us.
Yes.
So anime covers, just like our regular TV, it covers all gambits. So does anime. And it's a different culture, but it has some weirdness to it from our point of view that is like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a bit, but yeah, I'm just going to push myself. Also working on flesh tone. I'm still trying to push. I actually want to pick up the Red Sonja kit.
Oh yeah, it's a good kit.
That looks like a fun kit and I guess that's kind of where it's at. It's the chainmail bikini version of Bandai's Gunpla line.
Right.
It's no different than what we see in the fantasy realms back in the day of the chainmail bikini type stuff. But
after we get through Thanksgiving, I have I think 5 models, 5 projects.
Oh.
That I've said these are what I'm working on going into 2026.
Okay.
Corsair, I've already talked about.
Got it.
All right. My Space Wolf Army, another project. My Death Dealer.
Oh yeah,
I haven't done that yet. That's one of the ones I have to get done.
Is your Death Dealer the plastic model kit or
it's large? And it's large. It's this one. It's my then the thing that my daughter got me for my birthday.
Yes.
All right. And then the final one is Todd, my buddy out in Arizona, had 3D printed a full set of Fantastic Four.
Yes.
I've got the thing done. Now he's a different artist version of the thing and of the Fantastic Four. And I've got this is Human Torch.
Oh yeah.
And then I've got a Mr. Fantastic and I've got an Invisible Woman. That's those 5 projects I plan on starting in December, right after we finish Thanksgiving. Over that next 12 months, I want to get not complete all 5, but like I want to be working and have some progress on those 5. I'll probably finish the thing, probably finish the Fantastic Four. Corsair won't be done in any way, shape, or form.
But there's nothing wrong with having that long-term project that maybe only work on it once or twice a month,
right?
For a couple hours, and you just kind of to get it out of your system. And
well, we always talk about getting out of your comfort zone,
yes.
and one of the things that I'm notorious for, especially with my own projects, the closer I get to finishing it, the more I rush it because I want to see the finished product.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do that with the Corsair. I'm I'm just going to go and my own pace.
Mark's preparing for Thanksgiving. He's built already. He's got a 135th Ming Leopard 2A7 Plus.
Yep.
So making sure I have all the accessories and upgrades that I want to use. Yeah.
That's going to be awesome. That's going to be great.
I'm thinking with my project, it's going to be a big project. But I'm just going to chip away at it throughout the month. Just kind of.
Well, those are the 5 projects that I personally have. I'm not going to, a lot of times I bounce around from project to project.
Yeah.
I'm going to work on the Corsair. I'm going to work on my Space Wolf Army. And then as I can, I'm going to insert the other ones and do what I can. It may just be a base coat one this month. I'll do some highlighting, whatever it happens to be. But those 5 projects I want to have done by December of 2026.
Yeah, very cool.
And I'm doing it that way because I am not going to do the whole New Year resolution or here's what that's why I'm going to go back a little bit. It's not a resolution. This is what I'd like to get done. So.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of New Year's resolutions.
They're so commonplace, in my opinion. They're so commonplace. They're easy to ignore.
Yeah, I think people just get caught up in the hype of it's a new year. I want a new me. I want to do all these things, and then by the end of January, all those things are out the window.
It's kind of like my dad told me, except in this version, instead of being a year, it's a day. Dad, why you always wake up in such a great mood, son? Every morning you wake up, the minute that sun rises, you have an opportunity to fix everything wrong in your life. And by 11 o'clock, someone screws it up. There's New Year's resolutions. You start off in January like, yes. February rolls around, no. I want that donut, please.
Friday, I reached one of I'm a big goal setter, but I work on like bigger goals.
I was going to make a kind of a dog breed joke when you said you're a goal setter. I'm like, oh. I'm more of an old mastiff.
Friday, I paid off the AC,
right?
Which is 2 years earlier than scheduled.
Okay. This is a new unit you just had put in?
Yeah, just is a new AC. I paid that off because, first of all, an AC costing $14,000 is just ridiculous.
That's insane, but that's the world we live in.
But that's the world we live in.
And again, it's AC for the 5th plane of hell.
Which doesn't work that well, and it's because it's in the attic. They had to replace the blower motor and all that, and that's what really killed the price. Is I had a crew had to come in and dismantle it all completely to take it out and all that.
Right.
But that was just ridiculous. But it's paid off, so
Yay!
That's one part of a bigger goal because I am retiring next year. And I want to have all of my debt paid off except the home.
There you go.
So the next big goal is paying off Andy's Bronco by June of next year. So really focusing. And that's why you don't see me buying as much hobby stuff anymore because gotta break that desire.
Mine is similar. It's a Ford, but it's not. My hobby, I literally bought this car because I wanted to just buy something to get me back and forth. No car payment. What I put into it in the last 13 months, I had a car payment of $325 a month.
Yeah.
That's what it averaged out to be. But no, that's good. That's awesome. That's fantastic.
Yeah. So we're just chipping away. Just man.
By the way, I know I keep referring to you guys because most of our viewers are out of Arizona, and I keep referring to Arizona as the 5th plane of hell because it's hot. Just so you guys understand, when God created the earth, Arizona was his test bed for what would eventually become Australia. He wanted to build a place where everything tried to kill you. And he started in Arizona going, let's just make it really hot and see what we can do. And, oh, this works. Now I'll take that and put it in Australia.
Yes.
So Australia, not only is the heat there, but everything on the island will try to kill you.
Yes, it will. So, and I get to pick up some of those things that try to kill you.
I know, which makes you that makes you the caretaker of the 7th or the 5th plane of hell.
The serpents of hell,
or the custodian.
However you want to look at them. So, but we had some rain lately. So now, not only is it hot, it's also humid, and
Oh,
Arizonans don't do the humidity well.
that's the best in no world.
So, I actually got caught. I went over to Andy's yesterday.
Right?
Just because I had to go to my doctor's office. It was maybe a little ways away from Andy's, so I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go over to Andy's, pop in real fast, and I got caught in a rainstorm on my way home. Like a downpour so bad that like even my windshield wipers at full speed, I was getting so much rain it wasn't helping. You know, one of those storms.
I miss Arizona rains like that.
Yeah, so it's just like the skies just opened up and we're just dumping buckets of water on my vehicle. I actually missed my exit to get
Right?
home. I actually got off on the wrong exit because it was so bad I couldn't see the
Good
street
thing.
sign.
Yeah.
And it was just crazy. And then as soon as it was going westbound down the I-10, and as soon as I got on the 303 and just got like half a mile away from the I-10, it was all dry. It was just all dry.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's Arizona. That's Arizona. It's like this. They drew a circle on an area of the valley, big bucket.
yeah. It's just funny.
Seattle is very similar, but with snow.
Oh yeah, no thanks.
When I left workshop to go to work for Battlefront, I was living in Seattle part time, staying with Rob if he's still doing. And we got into winter, and basically my phone started one morning because I was staying with Rob because I was only going out for like 4 weeks, come back for a week, go out for 4 weeks, come back for a week, and I was out there, and my phone starts blowing up with guys calling off saying I can't make it in, the weather's too bad. I look out the window of Rob's apartment, nothing. There's some clouds, no snow, no nothing. Rob and I get into his truck. We're driving to work. People are still calling, oh, I can't make it. The roads are horrible. Blizzard conditions. It's insane. We're driving on the expressway. Now, remember, Seattle's in a mountain range.
Yeah.
Okay. Rob and I are looking around and go, what are they talking about? There's no snow anywhere. And there's a tunnel that they cut through the mountain that is curved. We go into that tunnel, clear, not a snowflake in sight. We come out in a blizzard. I mean, you couldn't see 2 feet in front of the truck. And it was like, what? That wasn't a tunnel, it was a portal.
Yeah.
And I end up calling her. I go, yep, go home. We're not working today. I see what you're talking about. But up to that point, I mean, we were driving for a couple miles. We're like, what are they talking about? What is going on? We go through this tunnel, come out the other side. The snow's going sideways. The roads are covered with ice. It was a mess.
And then you just turn around and go home.
Well, the funny part was we ended up having to close the office for 9 days.
Holy crud.
Okay, because Seattle doesn't use salt in the town. It's sand, which makes really just slippery brown ice. I get fed up because I'm getting pressure from New Zealand. Why is the office closed? We have to open the office. So I told Rob at this time, and I said, I'm just going to go buy chains. And I think I was driving the truck because I had driven my truck out there when it came out of the tunnel. So I was driving, not Rob. I said, I'm going to go buy chains for the truck because they're legal in Seattle. And I'm going to go put chains on my tires, and I'm getting to the office. I'm going to open the office. If no one else shows up, that's fine. So I literally leave Rob's apartment, walk to the closest shopping center where they had a automotive store to buy some chains. And I walk in and said, hey, I've got a Dodge Ram. These are the tire size. I need a set of chains for it. And this guy was just standing in there. And he goes, going to try to go out today, yeah? I said, yeah, I got to get to work. The office has been closed. My bosses are freaking out. He goes, all right, yeah, okay. And he hands me his card. And he goes, you'll need this later. He's a tow truck operator. I said, seriously? And he goes, yeah. He goes, I really wouldn't go. And how do you tell a guy that operates a tow truck in that world that lives there, you're crazy? I was kind of went, oh, okay. Thanks for the advice. And I didn't buy the chains. And I walked back to Rob's apartment and I just called New Zealand and said, yeah, we're not opening. It's just not happening.
Just not happening. It reminds me of a cartoon he has. It's a show. God's sitting there in an easy chair watching TV with a flaming oven in the background. The angel asks, what you cooking? And God answers, Arizona. Why?
Yeah. Yeah. See, I love the people I met out there. I love living out there. The only part of Arizona I ever hated was walking from indoors to my car and from my car back to indoors. Other than that, it was fantastic. And I do know what it's like to overdose on Gatorade.
Yes, it can happen.
It happened to me. I was working for Work and Pest Control, and I think the hottest temp we had out there was 126 or something. Like it was insane, to the point that my rubber-soled work boots were melting on the concrete. It felt like I had gum on my shoes, and I lifted my foot up, and it was actually the rubber was starting to soften. And I the next day I was sick. I didn't feel good. I went to urgent care, and I'm talking to the doctor, and he goes, where do you work? I said, I work for Work and Pest Control. I'm outdoors all day. He goes, you stay hydrated? Oh yeah, I absolutely do. I go, I have a gallon of water. And I go, I know yesterday I drank almost a gallon of water, and I know I drank a gallon and a half of Gatorade. And he goes, you drink how much? I said, because I bought one of those big things and a bottle, and I drank all of it. And he goes, you do know you can overdose on electrolytes, right? And I went, oh. He goes, what's that doing? He goes, exactly what you're feeling right now. That's what that does.
And I just keep laughing because I see all these people moving to Arizona from cooler climates, nicer climates, and they make 1 or 2 summers. They're like, I'm out of here.
They are convinced in the phrase, it's a dry heat.
I
never knew how annoying that, because I used to say it before I'd come out and visit, and I'd go, but it's a dry heat. It's not that bad. But I'd be here like for 7 days.
Yeah.
It's when you live in it on a regular basis that you go, and the first time you get in the car and you grab the steering wheel because you forgot to put your sunscreen up, and you scream because your hands are now like melted to the steering wheel. Yeah, no, that's not good.
Yeah, and I've been here since 75, and I love it.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look. It's time to end the show. Jake has joined us.
Jake has joined us. The show is over. That just seems to be
the ironic part, Jake. I'm not making a joke. We were actually very rapidly heading towards the wrap up.
Yeah. Yeah, Raymond. It does get it's tiring, especially when you work outside. Because I think, Raymond, you work outside as well. It can draw on you, especially when you get older. Like when you're younger, it's like, yeah, but when you get older, it starts to drain you.
The only thing I actually really found, I did like the fact that Arizona did a lot of their road construction at night.
Yes.
When people weren't, it wasn't because they didn't want to mess up the traffic. Like, it's too hot.
It's too hot. Yeah. So crazy stuff. And I will probably live here till the day I die, which could be,
but you're my youngest daughter was born in Arizona.
Yeah.
Which is actually the rarity. That's the fun thing. Trying to find someone that says I was born here.
Yeah.
Because most people are transplants.
Yes. Because it's just nobody wants to be pregnant in Arizona. It's like the heat and you just had all.
My wife she did not like it.
Yeah. I'm like, the hook you get. Get you on Wonk. All right. Well, since Jake has arrived.
Muppets in the balcony are talking again.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Jake, just so you know, I'm thinking of you today.
Yeah. And that's what you have to do today is build paint.
I have to. Actually, this has one extra word. It's clean, build, paint, play. I have to clean first, then build, and then I can build, paint, and play.
All right. But next Saturday, no show, because I will be at a crafty, antique kind of event.
I'm going to say this right now. The next Saturday we get together, which will be the one after this one coming up, we're talking about Blood Bowl 3rd season.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that popped out.
Oh, yeah, there's some cool stuff about it, too. Something that actually would interest Darren. But we'll talk about it in a couple weeks when I have more information.
All right.
It is a very sexy shirt. I wish somebody better looking was wearing it, though, buddy.
All right, everybody. We're going to bounce because Jeff has a lot of work to do. And I got to see how my wife is feeling.
Why do I always get blamed?
Oh.
Just because I'm the one that said we got to do a short show today, it doesn't mean it's my fault.
All right. You all have a great day. Go out there and do some hobby stuff or, I don't know, have some fun and do what adults do in the real world. So,
do something.
And we will be back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Talk to y'all later.
Take care, guys.